when the earthquake hit earlier today. I was sitting on my bed, like I was watching YouTube on my bed, and I'm sitting there, and I feel my bed move to the left and right just a little bit because my bed's on wheels. So I thought, is that me or is that an earthquake? It's probably just me. And that's all I gave a thought to it. That's a 5.0 to a Californian. It's like, is that me? It's probably me.
I know.
And then I did stand up to see if it continued shaking, and it didn't. I was like, huh.
Guess it was nothing.
So, no, but I guess it was an earthquake. Are you okay? Asking us if we're okay after a 5.0. Oh, God. That doesn't even register on 99% of Californians' minds when a 5.0 goes off. We just go about our fucking business.
I have to tell her we're fine.
Yeah. Is she really freaking out?
She's like, "Jeez, are you okay?" No,
she's
not like she's not saying, "Oh fuck, that sucks. Are you gonna be okay?"
Do you have enough fresh water?
No, she's like, "Oh, you okay?"
It made my bed move left and right. I didn't even notice anything else move, and that's the extent of what that earthquake did. It's cool that it was an earthquake.
Yeah,
but
It's like the world's like, "Hey, Callie, you awake? Yeah, all right." Just making sure.
Just like, yeah. God, that's such a weak way. It's like a very timid roommate seeing if you're awake too. Like, are you awake? And then you just with your hands. That's about the equivalent right there. You go like that. See if the disturbance in the wind fucking wakes him up.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm awake. Don't worry about me. It's like, I'm awake now. Thanks, roomie.
See, and that's such a what?
Get out of my room.
How big are the jumps in the Richter scale measurement? Like, because the 5.0 today, nothing. It was bullshit.
And everyone was like, "Oh, I must post this on Twitter." Everyone on Twitter was like, "Oh, did you feel the quake? Did you feel the quake?" And all I did was error. Here comes another Chinese earthquake.
Like, I mean, seriously, like, the 5.0 is absolutely nothing. And then, but crack that up just a couple points, and it suddenly becomes something.
Yeah.
So I want to see, what's the... how big of a jump is there in intensity between each point, from a 1 to a 2 to a 3 to a 4?
Like, for 1, if you were near the epicenter, you'd probably feel something really faint.
You'd see a grain of sand roll.
You probably look at, like, I don't know, something in a display case, and then it's like slowly like shaking, and you're like, oh.
Really? Because I feel like a 1 is probably just imperceivable even at the epicenter.
Probably.
It's so tiny.
Maybe it's just like you can't feel it at all. Like,
yeah, because I'm pretty sure
you'd feel something.
I don't know. I think 3 is when you start feeling it if you're right where it happens.
Yeah. But 5
you can feel it from... It was probably like a noticeable shake at the epicenter.
Yeah.
Whoever was over there, it was probably a noticeable like, hey, we're having an earthquake.
I think it happened around near San Luis Obispo, so like in the ocean.
Oh,
and everyone's like, oh, is there a tsunami warning? No. No, there isn't. You need something a lot more intense than a 5.0 earthquake to trigger a fucking tsunami.
Those are all either really young people or people who aren't native Californians that are making that big of a deal.
Probably tourists.
Yeah.
From like,
North
Carolina.
Oh my god, the earth moved! I mean, the earth's always moving, but I felt it this time.
Oh my
god, we're all gonna die!
Oh my god, I didn't bring enough fresh water.
I'm telling you, unless we're right at the epicenter of an 8 or 9, no Californian's gonna give a fuck.
Exactly. Then we'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah, then we're like, oh well, yeah, but then we'll also be like, yeah, but we also built all our important buildings to withstand this.
But then I'm like, but then we built this city. We built this city
on earthquakes. We built it on earthquakes. We built it on sand dunes, and we're gonna liquefy when the earthquake happens. That's the shitty part about where we live, is that we're built on sand dunes.
Specifically where we're at, too.
Yeah, exactly. So if there is a giant earthquake, most people will be fine, but we'll definitely get like sinkholes and shit because the sand will liquefy. Yep.
Just like that.
Sudden.
Yay!
We're just a
hooray
bunch of
for
concrete and packed earth over sand dunes.
Yay! Hooray for living in the South Bay.
Yep.
It's the best.
I mean, other than that, there's no reason to complain about it. It's, I mean, Henry Rollins, lead singer of Black Flag, fucking doesn't, like, he's from here, doesn't want to, like, likes coming back, but doesn't like coming back at the same time because he feels like it traps him in, like, a laid-back, like, life. It's kind of like a trap. Like, you come here and you never, like, if you don't escape, you'll just sit back and just fucking coast your rest of your life because it's such a laid-back.
Yeah, because, like, that's the South Bay bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, once you're in it, it's kind of hard to get out.
It doesn't leave you. It becomes a part of you. Like people, like we're not even. There's no hyperbole. There's no exaggerations here. It really is. This area of of Southern California is just so fucking laid back that it just you just become like part of the flow of life.
Yeah.
You no longer like have to go out and do anything. You just let things happen. Like, it's the whole stoner, like, stereotypical stoner mentality, like, oh man, whatever happens it's like, no, it's really what you feel like when you live here.
Yeah, especially when you live in Torrance, because what the fuck is there to do in Torrance besides go to the mall? That's for tourists.
Yeah, Torrance is kind of,
that's it. There's nothing
Torrance
else.
Torrance is a weird, just like intermediary city.
Yeah,
it's just there.
It's there. It houses, like, it has like 1 million people in their like census count.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's it. There's nothing there. There's probably like a refinery.
It's because Torrance is remarkably big.
Yeah,
it's actually, it's a rather large city, but we never think about it. The reason why we never think about it is, even though we live around it, is that everything. It would be great if every time you clicked on that, it was actually making a note in the fucking recording. So you're just fucking spamming everyone with fucking.
I mean, I could probably think of something.
Yeah,
like that, but it's.
But yeah, what people don't realize that don't live here is that fucking, we're all Los Angeles. Los Angeles doesn't have an end.
Yeah.
It's consistency. We're like fucking Coruscant. Bringing a little Star Wars into here. We're like the city planet of Coruscant, where everyone's like, oh, New York is the biggest city, and maybe it's the biggest like by name city. But if you want a biggest geographic city,
you come to LA.
It's fucking Los Angeles. Wanna know why? Because every fucking city, for as far as the light touches, is fucking connected by city streets. There is no gap of development in between each city. It's literally like, we just drew arbitrary borders because we couldn't have a city this large.
Yeah, exactly.
So we broke it up into a bunch of little cities, but on a map, it's one giant city.
We're all LA.
We're all Los Angeles.
Exactly.
It's crazy. You can get anywhere. You can get from Los Angeles to fucking the beach by taking all city streets.
Either all city streets, or if you're going to be taking it from LA, just take the 110 to the 105
well,
to the 405.
I'm trying to illustrate a point that you don't have to get on a freeway to fucking get from the downtown LA to the beach.
Yeah.
You can just drive city streets. I drove from here, or I didn't drive, but I was in the car as we drove from here into Beverly Hills without ever getting onto the fucking freeway.
Yeah, I think I know where you fucking take to. It's like, there's so many routes that you can take.
It's because we're all one giant fucking city.
Exactly.
That we happen to also realize this is a big fucking city. We need freeways to get to different parts of it as quick as possible.
Speaking of freeways, I kind of find it funny how we're the only ones that don't say, like, oh, take interstate so and such to interstate this and interstate that. We just say like, oh, just take 405 west to
sometimes
405 north to like the 105 east, and it's like, you know where to go. If you tell, I was actually talking about this to Miranda when she was here
because they're just
last
like
year.
city streets here.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. Because like we were talking about that, and I was asking her, it's like, so how does it like, how do you give people directions when it comes to like taking freeways? Do you just say like interstate this and that? She's like, yeah, we do that. I'm like, that is stupid. That's stupid.
We've cut out one of those words.
We have shortened it. We don't say interstate. We don't say route. We just say the.
Well, to also be fair, they're not interstates. The 405, the 110.
highway. Or Was it highway? No.
Yeah, they're highways, yeah.
It was like...
Or freeways.
Yeah, we have to take...
Highways different.
Yeah, like, I think the 210 would be considered
We've got a
highway.
mix. We've got a jumbled bag of freeways and highways here.
We got a fucking mess.
I don't even think we have... no, we definitely do have interstates, but it's not what webs around Los Angeles. It's just highways.
I think it was
and freeways.
the 210 would be considered an interstate because that's the route that you have to take to get to Vegas.
Probably.
No. It was the 15.
Well, interstate's inside.
Yeah. Never mind. It was the 15.
Yeah.
The 15 is the.
The point is, our city is so fucking massive that our freeways and highways and interstates are just like city streets to us.
What's popping? Anyways.
Yeah. So look at that fucking on the audio. Yeah. So we're all one giant fucking city.
That is fantabulous.
Fantabulous. We're all together under the same God, and that God is fucking Hannibal Buress.
It's Hannibal Buress.
It's Hannibal Buress.
Snailed down.
Snailed. Best show on television.
The greatest television show on television. But yeah, I've been watching his podcast a lot. Watching it while like.
Does he have a visual aspect to it, or is it just audio?
A couple of them, yeah.
Okay, so you've been listening by going on YouTube or something?
Yeah, I've been listening to that, and I've been watching Deezus and Mero on YouTube a lot. Mm-hmm. Their show is fucking hilarious.
I think you need to also, as part of the whole, you need to expose yourself to more podcasts. Is you should also do what probably most podcast listeners do, and that's put it on audio wise in the background while you do something else. That's probably what most people who listen to podcasts do for most of the time, is that it's something that they put on in the back. That's why Spotify is great for it. Spotify's got so many fucking podcasts now. Yeah. Where you just fucking have your phone going, or, have your fucking Google Home or whatever, spouting off a podcast while you play a fucking game or do anything fucking else.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
That way it doesn't feel like you're sitting there committed to watching or listening to a thing. Like, going on YouTube is like you feel like, okay, I'm watching a fucking video, so I'm sitting here and I need to watch it till the end. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, what's the point? So when you just have the audio going and it's on in the background, you may not pick up the nuances of the fucking thing, but you'll get the gist of it, and you definitely pick up the funny parts and stuff because
there's some parts at the Handsome Rambler that just Hannibal does some like he ad libs when he does his commercial breaks, and he just randomly farted one time and he just completely lost his train of thought and just started laughing.
I would too.
He was promoting for like I think Squarespace or something, and then he just farted and then he just started laughing. I'm like, God damn it, Hannibal.
Bill Burr does that too as well, kind of in his podcast. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but yeah, he kind of ad libs the ad reads. Like he'll have the piece of paper that they want him to read in front of it, and then he'll joke about it the entire time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, shit like that is great. It's great. It's great.
It's great. It's popping.
It's popping. Oh, to explain, the what's popping earlier was because Zach and Charlene got back. Yeah. Fucking what now? That derailed. We're like that derailed my train of thought.
Is that
fuck you. I'm trying to get better at that. I need to learn the tricks to not saying when I don't have something to say. Like I said, my fucking mouth moves so much faster than my brain does.
Yeah.
It's well, I shouldn't say it moves faster than my brain, because my brain moves pretty fucking fast and it's annoying sometimes. Mm-hmm. My mouth moves faster than it can form the words I'm trying to say.
And then you're like, oh God, brain, please stop.
Yeah. Mouth, slow down.
It's like, slow down, grab the wall. Wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall out.
Face down, ass up. That's the way I like to fuck. So yeah, we were supposed to, and we haven't even addressed the elephant in the room. We were supposed to have Biggless Diggless on this week, But
He
that boy went MIA.
He went MIA. He's probably sleeping.
That
boy
especially
on a day of all days, because today is considered National Burrito Day.
Yep, we were supposed to have one of our we've only had guests a handful of times, and that bitch was supposed to be one of them.
But oh no, what happens?
Oh no, what happens? Shit happens, I guess.
Shit.
Oh no, what happens? Shit's
happens.
what happens.
But you just gotta keep the show going. You just gotta keep talking. Just gotta keep rambling.
More rambling, man.
Speaking of rambling, go listen to Hannibal Buress' podcast, The Handsome Rambler.
And if you like darker shit, that's still funny, but in a why the fuck am I laughing kind of way, go listen to the last, even though our endorsements literally mean nothing, and I would really love for one of them to endorse us, that would ever fucking happen. But the last podcast on the left, they talk about ghosts, serial killers, conspiracy theories, aliens.
They talk about ghost fucking.
Ghost fucking, yes. Ghost fucking is a very important... They actually do have an episode entitled Sexy Ghosts.
I bet they were talking about the story about the one British lady that says that she had sex with a ghost.
Probably. It was another one that I kind of have... I've made a habit out of... Because they've got so many episodes that when I wake up... I do my workout instead of listening to workout music. I've got the podcast on, and then I'll go take a shower, which I'll put my phone in a fucking Ziploc baggie and have it in the fucking shower playing the fucking podcast while I take a shower.
Oh my
and then
God.
If it's one of the days I'm shaving my head, I'll also have it going on while I shave my head. So my mornings are filled with that podcast. I've almost actually listened to all their fucking episodes.
Fantastic.
Then I can go and listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. He's got over 1,000 episodes.
Imagine trying to binge it all.
I would die.
Yeah.
There's too many hours. That's
basically me with Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah.
I started from 1. I got to episode 20 something, 30 something, and I just looked at the rest of the list and I'm like, I can't do this.
All right, I'm gonna see this real quick. I'm gonna give, because his podcasts are anywhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours, and the last one I saw was episode 1040. So I'm gonna do it on the lower end, just 1.5 hours. So let's see, 1040 times 1.5 equals 1,560. Now divide that by 24. Gives you 65 days. That's 65 days worth of audio.
That is 2 months. Roughly 2 months.
Of straight audio.
Yeah. If I won the lottery and I had nothing else to do, I'd probably do that. Just lounge around.
And do a podcast that takes up 2 months.
Just listen to 2 months worth of podcasting. I'd do that. Definitely.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of comedians and I just keep noticing when you talk it's such low waveforms. When I talk the fucking thing's spiking like a motherfucker.
Because my voice sounds muffled and low.
I'm a loud motherfucker. And mine's nasally and high. Fucking.
Oh, did you know I went to Toys R Us last Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I went a week and a half ago, but
I went there last Sunday, and my sister and I were checking out some games, and we saw that terrible Animal Crossing game, Amiibo Festival.
The one that Chelsea loves.
Yeah, the one that Chelsea likes, and my sister likes that stuff, so I'm like, oh, let's go see how much it is. I look at the price; it's $5 for the game and the 2 Amiibo, and I'm like, what?
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it for her. Okay. But then I looked at the Amiibo that they had on the side that's compatible with the game. Uh-huh. It costs more than the fucking game and 2 Amiibo and 3 cards. And I'm like, wow. That is terrible. That price is so low that nobody still wants to buy it.
I want to know how many people fucking ended up playing that, buying that game.
A lot of people probably bought it, but then they probably played it maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It's let's go stream. Let's go stream Animal Crossing Amiibo Party or Amiibo Festival. No.
That would be so boring. Are you
Why
kidding
would
me?
you want to do that?
I'm sorry, but streaming Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, that stream would live or die completely on the personalities that are fucking playing the game, because the game itself is garbage.
Yeah, I mean, if you had like Aaron Hansen or Danny Avenant like on there, yeah, it'd probably be interesting because it's someone noticeable.
Just because it's entertaining when Aaron's fucking bored.
Yeah.
He's such a big baby about it.
Yeah, for real.
But an entertaining baby.
Yeah, dude, I haven't watched any of their shit.
I've been watching a lot more recently. You know what? I used to everyone's like, oh, the Game Grumps mainstream. Like it's
they're just popular.
It's
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's nothing wrong with it. They're funny.
I just don't watch it as often anymore.
I watch the compilations because the only episodes I'm really watching right now is they're doing Majora's Mask right now. They're doing a full playthrough of Majora's Mask.
Oh boy.
Aaron really doesn't want to because he hates it. He hates most Legend of Zeldas, at least the 3D ones.
I don't blame
him. And that's the only actual episode I'm watching. Other than that, I'm watching the compilations because they have so many videos that I don't feel like going back and just watching the episodes to. Even though that's a shit thing to say because these compilations aren't made by them.
Yeah.
So I'm giving views to someone else who just fucking puts together their content. Yeah, but as someone who even though we haven't really gotten our foot in the door as a future aspiring fucking content creators for YouTube, it is kind of shitty that I'm not giving the view to the original content creator. Oh. That hurts me a little bit in my soul, not giving them the view.
Yeah.
But there's just so many I justify it with the fact that I'm watching their current series, and I
think the one series that I watched fully was when they played Leisure.
That was a great one.
They had no or something.
Yeah, they had no idea why it was so popular, and it became one of their biggest fucking.
I don't know either, because that game sucks.
Yeah, but it's good for fucking
it's
funny.
Entertaining,
Yeah, good for fucking funny. What the fuck did I just say? It's funny. It's good for the funny. Makes me have the happy feelings when I don't like being sad, and I like to have the every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, but it also kind of sucks because they couldn't monetize that series because all this fucking sexual content.
That's okay.
YouTube fucking it's not okay.
It's fine. They'll live.
I mean, they'll live, yeah, but I mean the implication is not a good one.
Yeah, they'll live. They're fine. They have 5 million subscribers.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it a lens as if we tried to do something like that or another small creator.
Me, even if you said, "Hey, let's go play this game," we'd be like, "No."
I just mean in general, any kind of thing that falls along that content-wise is just...
It's like, how come you don't want to play the guy game? Because I don't want to go to jail.
What? Oh, did it have underage girls or some shit?
Yeah, they had a girl that was 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They had that. They did the whole Girls Gone Wild.
The creator didn't ask for the consent. And it's fucking underage, so they got in trouble for it.
That's the same reason Girls Gone Wild isn't around anymore, because it came to light that a couple of the girls they featured were 16, 17.
Yeah, the fucking ding-dongs.
Because they're just fucking creeps looking for fucking drunk girls at fucking
they're
party locations.
The music that they had.
No, fuck that.
The music that they played during the late night commercials was it was the shit.
Oh yeah, I was about to say the best thing about Girls Gone Wild was the fucking commercials.
Yeah, what's the music was like? Oh yeah,
dude,
that's my shit.
I'm gonna tell you this. But goddamn, as a young kid who had just discovered the glories of masturbation, when I would be up late enough to where Comedy Central went to infomercials, because there was a time where around 1 o'clock in the morning, Comedy Central would go to infomercials instead of more content. And sometimes those infomercials were Girls Gone Wild infomercials. You best believe I fucking whacked it to that. as a young man, that was I didn't care that there was little graphic censorship and shit. It didn't matter to me. There was more skin 5 minutes into the infomercial as there was 5 minutes prior, and that was enough to make me go, whoa!
Yeah, because all we needed was our imagination.
Fuck yeah, dude. All we needed.
That was basically me too when I found out about Skinemax After Dark.
Oh fuck yeah! I was gonna say when you were at a fucking relative's house and they happened to have like the HBOs and the Showtimes.
My
and
cousin
shit.
had that, and then we both watched it. I'm like,
see, that's a little weird.
Yeah, we both watched it. I'm like, this is cool.
This would be so much cooler if you weren't.
He probably
here.
doesn't. Even, he probably doesn't even remember. But like, he was like pretending to jack off, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm right here.
I'm like, gross, man.
I'm right fucking here. And why are you pretending if you're gonna like? The situation's weird enough. We're both watching softcore porn together, and you're gonna sit there miming the act that you probably desperately want to do right now.
Come on,
just fucking do it. It can't get any worse than it already is.
Yeah, you're just pretending isn't just gonna make it any better.
Oh, but come on, man! I'm just pretending. It doesn't matter. You're just sitting there miming you whacking your wang wong.
Yeah, but I didn't think much of it because I was a kid.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh. Naked ladies.
Yeah, no, I had relatives also that had those premium channels, and you best believe it. Softcore porn was where it was at back in the day.
Yeah. When
everyone else in the house had gone to sleep, and
I think it was called Skinemax back in the day.
That's just the nickname people gave it.
Oh yeah, okay, so it was just called. Oh, I thought they actually called it Skinemax.
No, it was Skinemax, and I'm 90%. I don't believe they ever were self-referential as Skinemax.
That'd be funny if they did.
I believe that was just a thing that people called it because everyone knew after about 1 o'clock in the morning, it all became softcore porn, tits and frontal images of pussies with no bottom ones.
You can see the boobs, but you can't see anything else, okay?
Well, you could, but as long as you only like looking from the front.
And you use your imagination. as what Gene Wilder would say.
Like, half those fucking softcore ones, they didn't even fuck.
No, it's just like...
They literally, like, the actor had, like, a cock sleeve or some shit. It was basically like a movie. It was just... it was just a slightly more... It was a rated NC-17 movie, basically.
I don't think I've ever watched an NC-17 movie.
Because there's only like a handful that exist. Because there's no reason any studio would ever sign on to a project that would turn out NC-17 because it severely restricts who can go see it, which means less money. Because with rated R films, which people don't even make anymore. Everyone makes PG-13 because that's the easiest one to get into, so it makes the most money. That's why everything's PG-13, is because of money. And then that's why everyone makes a big deal when a successful franchise like Deadpool comes out and makes a bunch of money as rated R, because no one's making like rated R movies anymore. Like big, like blockbuster rated R movies. It just doesn't happen because it cuts down on the profits that the shareholders can look at, the studio can look at. But yeah, with rated R films, you can get into it as an underage kid as long as you've got parental supervision.
Yeah.
You can get in anyways. No one fucking stops you. Like, everyone's like, oh, you need a parent. No, you don't fucking need a parent.
You need someone who's 23. No.
But that's the whole point, is that even rated R, people who wouldn't normally be able to go to it by themselves can still go to it. NC-17, not even with a parental advisory. No one under the age of, I think it's 17, can get into the movie.
But like, why would you want to?
Why would you want to? Because maybe it's a kick-ass movie. But that being said, I don't think there's been any good NC-17 movies. That's why you used to see, like, in the 90s, a lot of those films would be like, they would release in theaters a rated R version, and then when it came to video, there would be an unrated version, which basically just would have been NC-17 in theaters, but they didn't release that cut because they didn't want an NC-17 rating.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
That's a little movie knowledge for all of you right there. That's got a little less silly and just talked about just the reason why shit doesn't get rated R and rated NC-17 anymore. Is because the studios want to see maximum profit. And where's that profit reside? PG-13.
Yeah, for real.
Boo! Boo!
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. That's why Deadpool's so awesome. Say what you will about, like, I don't know, maybe you don't like Deadpool or whatever.
Deadpool's fine.
From a movie aspect, the fact that it's doing so well as rated R is only good shit.
Yeah, lots of fourth wall breaking.
Mm-hmm. And the second one's coming out. It's probably going to be just as big, if not bigger.
Yeah. It really is going to be bigger because Terry Crews is in it.
Terry Crews is in it?
Yeah. He's in it.
Does he flex his pecs
Probably.
in the background?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he
Who's he
did.
play?
I don't remember. I only watched the trailer really fast. I'm like, oh shit, that's Terry Crews.
I didn't even realize he was in there. I've seen the trailer and I didn't even notice Terry Crews.
Yeah, he's in it.
Terry Crews pops up in the weirdest places.
I know, right?
He's just there.
He's there in Deadpool 2, and then he was at an interview for Dr. Phil about his porn addiction.
What?
Back in the day, he had a porn addiction, and he had to go on Dr. Phil with his wife. And his wife talked about how
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
I was like, yo,
I'm sorry.
You can't be like, hey, I'm gonna be right back. All right, I'm gonna go watch some porn. Okay, honey. No, you don't say that.
Well, no, I was gonna say that's. I mean, this is coming from a fucking dude first of all, I wouldn't go to Dr. Phil for porn addiction because Dr. Phil just says what the fucking menopause age women who watch his show want.
It's not like Terry Crews had a porn addiction when he went on the show. They were just talking about a story when he did have porn addiction a while back.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it probably wasn't as bad as Dr. Phil made it out to be.
Oh, because TV magic.
Well, yeah, not only that, but Dr. Phil, has a very, very definite audience who think a very, very definite way, so he has to play that. I mean, Dr. Phil once said that masturbating was as bad as cheating. No, it's not. No. Spoiler alert, it's not. And if you think it is, you're a fucking psycho. It's not. Jerking off is not cheating. If you're so fucking gung-ho that you have to control your dude to the point where he can't jerk off when he has the feeling to it, then you're a fucking whack job. I'm sorry. You're a fucking psycho bitch. Or dude, I don't know, if you're in a gay relationship and you don't let your partner fucking masturbate, you're just as fucking wacky.
The only time you jack off is when you jack off to me, okay?
Yes.
No. It's like Lois from Malcolm in the Middle, where he found all of Hal's fashion magazine, so she cuts her face and pastes them onto every female model.
That's another thing. When I was a kid, I used to jack off to fucking a Fredericks of Hollywood catalog. You know what Fredericks was? That was that was Victoria's Secret before there was Victoria's Secret.
Oh.
They were the racy lingerie makers before Victoria's Secret took off.
No, I didn't know about that.
And and I had found a catalog from back in the day, and oh my god,
it's there.
And
some of the pages are stuck together.
Oh, and this is this is from a day before computer fucking photo editing software, so when they were in sheer lingerie there was noticeable bush and nipples, so I was like, this is fucking as good as anything.
This is good.
This is good. This is great. Those old fucking lingerie catalogs, oh my god, they're fucking awesome. We should just turn this.
You're like, good.
Let's just turn this. I'm here talking about all my masturbatory exploits as a kid. What about you, motherfucker? Other than watching Skinemax with your fucking cousin. I don't want to be the only one fucking throwing myself under a bus here.
Yeah, it's like you're the one that's throwing yourself under the bus.
I know,
it's like, why aren't you throwing yourself under the bus?
The thing is, I think most guys can sympathize with what I'm saying, because I think it wasn't a. I think a lot of them did that. I know for a fact that for a lot of young men, lingerie catalogs were a fucking gold mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I was the perfect little boy back when I was a kid. It's like I'm not gonna say anything like that. But
dude, I'm gonna give my son a goddamn trophy when he first discovers masturbation. Be like, you've just discovered one of the greatest things in your life, boy. Here you go. This is to commemorate the moment.
It says it's a piece of paper. It says you're grounded. Exactly.
No, I would never ground my kid from masturbating, male or female. I'm like, great. You discovered a healthy way of dealing stress and exploring your sexuality. Congratulations, you're one step closer to an adult.
Congratulations.
I mean, I admit that as a parent, that'd be kind of weird to celebrate my kids' masturbatory exploits. So I'm not actually going to do that, but I'm definitely not going to fucking
we're going to throw a party this Saturday, okay?
I'm going to invite all your friends. Oh, please, Mom, don't. Like, hey, little Jimmy's first masturbation fucking party. His first cum shot.
You did it!
Everybody, happy, come shot, happy.
Gross!
Mom, I hate you, Mom.
Ew, he did what? He did something that you're gonna be doing soon.
Soon.
Okay? Don't fucking start.
Don't steal his thunder!
No kink shaming!
That's no kink shaming. I found some very risque magazines under his bed, but you know what? What he's attracted to is his deal and only his deal.
I mean, I did remember there was a bookstore that used to be open at the Galleria, and they used to sell Playboy magazines. And there's like one time where I just told my mom, okay, I'm gonna go to the bookstore. Okay, I just want to look at some stuff. She's like, okay. She was like, probably went out in the food court, like probably shopping at the place next to the bookstore, and I was like, really trying my hardest to be secretive, because it was like, here's the entrance, and then the magazine rack was like right there.
I was going to say, like, was the magazines like anywhere noticeable?
It was definitely noticeable.
Okay.
And the Playboy magazine was on the top shelf. So I was like, fuck.
You know, the reason they put them there is because they know that's exactly what people like. If the magazines were anywhere other than by the cashiers or right up front, everyone would be with the Playboys.
Yeah.
Like,
but I tried my hardest, but then I just quickly grabbed it, and then I just like pace walked or like fast walked quickly to the corner of the store.
You thought you were being incognito, but everyone.
But hey, nobody like went up to me and said, "Hey, what are you reading?" So I was like, looks like I'm in the clear.
Because the cashier was watching you with a single tear rolling down his eyes.
He's like, "Hey, let him explore."
Man.
Yeah, it's like, let him explore.
Because I did the same thing. I used to, whenever I go to like a Borders or like a Barnes & Noble, but I was a little sneakier about it. I didn't go to the magazines because they were right up front and all that. I went to the photography book section because there was always an erotic photography book somewhere in there.
Wow, I didn't even know about that.
Yep. That's where you want if you wanted to look like an intellectual while staring at some movies. Then you went to the fucking photography section.
Where'd you get that from? The photography section. I want to major in photography. I want to become a photographer when I'm older. Is that a problem?
You're 10 years old and your dick's ripping your pants off of your legs at this very moment. You're lying to me, kid.
Hey, my other brain's thinking too.
I need to think twice as hard.
Okay, exactly.
I need all of my available assets at every given moment.
Exactly. See, you get it.
Is that really it though? You just.
There's probably more, but
semi-sneak.
No, there's probably more, but I can't think of any right now on the top of my head.
What was your first time?
My first time, probably watching porn at my neighbor's house.
Because your neighbor's house. I never knew my neighbors well enough to do that. Except I
used to be like really good friends with my neighbors. They had like pets, and
please don't say pets when you're talking about a masturbation story.
It has nothing to do with like me jacking off in general, dude. No, but like sometimes they go on vacation and then they just give me the spare key to the house.
Yeah,
it's like to take care of their
animals.
Pets. Yeah, so I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do that. And then there was one time I'm like, I'll just go on their computer because it was like super fast at the time. Mm-hmm. My PC was like shitty. And then I just watched porn.
Hey, they signed up for that.
I was watching porn on Yahoo Video.
Jesus.
That was my start, Yahoo Video, and I turned off the restriction.
Fucking. That's. I mean, they signed that contract, a non-verbal contract with you. If you give your keys to the budding teenage son of your neighbors to watch your house, you best believe that almost every inch of that house is going to be covered in semen by the time you come back. Covered in semen.
Covered in semen.
Like you think you just got a new paint job done.
Yeah.
Covered.
Yeah, that was one time.
I was also thinking of the absurdity of me, like, I didn't know my neighbors well enough to jack off in their house.
So yeah, Teo, Torrin, if you're actually listening to this right now, Sorry.
I painted your walls.
I didn't paint your walls, but I did use your computer for some very
It's very interesting things.
for very interesting things.
And yeah,
that's why I like big tits.
Yeah, dude, geez, you had such a clean first time compared to mine.
Yeah, I think.
I fucked a blanket for my first time.
I remembered you talking about that in our previous episode.
Was it on an episode or was it not on an episode?
No, it was on an episode. You talked about.
I already told. Then I won't regale the story once again.
Please
you can
don't.
go back and find it on one of the previous podcasts. But I'll leave you with this teaser: is that I found out about masturbation.
You fucked the blanket.
Through fucking a blanket.
It felt good.
Yeah, no, I since I'm a little bit older than you, I still had the days I couldn't just go on the computer when I was interested with this shit and look up porn, go to Yahoo Video and turn off the restriction mode.
It was the most
I still would dial tone and shit.
To turn off the restriction.
Yeah, no,
Video.
My stuff came from finding fucking lingerie catalogs. I bought a page out of a pornography mag from a friend in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Like for $5, I got a page from like a busty black woman, porn mag, because he had stolen his brother's porn mag, which was like big, beautiful black women mag number 37, and fucking he was selling the pages. I was like, fuck yeah, $5? Give me that one. And I bought a fucking page, used it once, got paranoid that it would be found, and fucking tore it up. Like, I paid $5 to jack off. Something you can do for free.
Yeah.
I paid $5 and used the material once and got paranoid about it, that my parents would find this single page of interracial fucking porn.
Oh god.
Oh god. It came in that moment of clarity after jerking off, because every man has that. You should always, before you make a big decision in your life, whack one out and then see if you feel the same about the decision you're going to make. Because there's a clarity that comes over your mind after
and you're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but the thing is, as a kid, even though there's that moment of clarity, you're still a fucking idiot. So you still make stupid decisions like tearing up the goddamn porn. I think I buried it too underneath the steps behind the house. I tore it up and buried it. Oh man. I was that fucking paranoid.
Oh my god.
I was that paranoid.
That's something.
Yeah.
I was not that paranoid.
Oh! Dude! Another great thing. My aunt had fucking... She has nothing to do with it. So don't fucking worry. My aunt had VHS tapes of the Too Hot for TV Jerry Springer episodes.
Oh, I remember that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Those were great. Oh, it was so good. Fucking... I'd sneak one out and hide it somewhere until... If I was staying at her house, until after it got dark. And then I would pop that shit in after everyone was asleep, volume all the way down, and just watch, from some chick with her tits out, and go about my fucking business like a gentleman.
I actually did see that at a Goodwill a long time ago.
Too Hot for TV?
Yeah,
you should have picked it up.
I saw that. I'm like, what the hell?
You should have picked it up. Those are fucking glorious, like last bastions of beautiful fucking memories.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was.
I would recommend you pick it up with gloves, though.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I definitely would want to go be in the crowds of a Jerry Springer show or on the Maury show. I would totally want to, but I don't want to go all the way to Connecticut just to fucking.
I'd want to go to Maury. Is Jerry even still a thing?
Probably not. But Maury, on the other hand, he's a
thing.
Yeah,
I know he's still a thing.
He's still a thing.
I'd want to go.
He was featured in a rap music video.
Maury was?
Yeah. And then everyone's like, what the fuck's Maury doing here? He's like, I'm hip. Bring the Henny. I'm like, what the fuck? Maury drinks Hennessy?
My answer to that question would have been, why the fuck is he not in this video?
Exactly. It's like I saw that and I'm like, it was gonna happen sooner or later.
Because everyone knows who Maury is.
Yeah.
He's a part of, like, everyone knows Maury.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Jerry Springer will always be like the king of the fucking white trash whatever the fuck you can classify them as, fucking fist fights waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But Maury is definitely the prince.
Yeah.
Steve Wilkos is the duke.
Wasn't he the security guy for Maury?
Yeah.
And then he had his own show after.
No, not for Maury. Steve Wilkos was the security guy for Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah, it's Jerry Springer.
And then said, "I can do this."
Yeah,
and he went and did it.
Probably do it. Yeah, he did it, and you know what? He's still doing good.
Yeah, and
he's his own bodyguard.
Because it may be shameful to say this, but fucking, I've seen like footage of him like getting physical with guests that try to get physical with him. I wouldn't want to fuck with Steve Wilkos.
No,
Steve Wilkos is a gorilla of a man.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with Steve Wilkos.
You do not fuck with Steve Wilkos.
Okay.
Like, just listen to his voice. You know he'll fuck you up. Like, it's not. You don't even have to look at his body. You'd like hear just a recording of his voice and be like, yeah. Like before you go on a show, be like, yep, I'll be on my best behavior. Not gonna piss this dude off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Fucking.
That's it. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, and yeah, but you know what? I'm not ashamed to say that there's a little bit of like that garbage, like junk food mentality in my brain when I see one of those that makes you like watch.
That's all I did sometimes when I was sick from school.
Mm-hmm.
I just stay home and I just watch, like, in the mornings it was Price is Right.
Okay.
This was like in the beginning when Drew Carey started.
Oh, okay.
And like near the end when Bob Barker was still was the host, and then just change the channel from time to time, go watch the news, and then Maury came on, and I just watched it, and I saw people texting underneath, and I'm like, I'm gonna start doing that too. See if my message pops up.
Did it ever?
It did.
It did?
Yeah, because there was a it was one time when I was hanging out at my friend's house after school, and then we were just watching it for the fuck of it because it was funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go text about Ken. It's like.
About Ken?
No, it's like we're like
our friend Ken.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, that guy is totally the daddy boo. I love you more. You like hugs and kisses, and then you see Ken's name from Redondo Beach. My friend and I looked at each other. We started dying, dude. Like we had it recorded too, and we showed it to Ken. He's like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Well, Ken loves Maury, it's now confirmed.
Yeah, he's such a huge fan that he says the word daddy boo.
Daddy boo.
Yeah,
that guy's so the daddy
he's
boo.
totally the daddy boo. Don't you ever just look at someone when they're like about to take their lie detector test? And you're just like, yo, that guy's totally daddy boo though.
Totally the. I desperately want to believe that started a movement of people saying daddy boo. Like
probably
just people who saw that on the ticker tape on the bottom.
If a girl called me daddy boo, I'd be like, I guess you're a fan of Maury.
First, don't do that. And second, do you watch Maury in the morning? Morning in the morning.
That's what Maury should do. He should have
his
own
talk
show called Maury in the Morning. Or Good Maury.
Fucking.
See, I'm giving him ideas. Come on, Maury.
Yeah, no, Maury's good shit though. I'd want to be in the audience as well.
I want to be in the crowd because I want to hold a big giant sign that just says "What." I was talking about this with my cousin one time. Like we both wanted to go. We were just like we'd be holding signs and we pretend to like start a fight with the people that are like in the show. We're like, let me go. I want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. You take care of that kid.
So, question is, how are the security guards supposed to know that you just want to fake fight with them?
Oh, I'd tell him ahead of time. I'd be like, hey, listen, I might He's like, listen, I might get a little rowdy, but I'm just going to fake it, okay? Okay. They'd probably say, yeah, don't fucking do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, okay.
Fake rowdy is the same as normal rowdy.
Yeah. I'd still hold the sign that says what. It's really big.
Oh, no!
I'd definitely do that, though. So if I ever go to Connecticut and they're they're just doing a live taping of Maury, I will be there.
Well, I mean, the only reason you'd go to Connecticut would be if you were going to a live trip. There's no reason to go to Connecticut otherwise.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
true.
Connecticut. But there was recently on Reddit there was a what's the worst state in the union or whatever.
I thought people were gonna say like Kentucky or West Virginia.
No, well, yeah, but apparently, what was it? I forgot who it was, but it's one of the M states, I think. And
if it was Michigan, I wouldn't be surprised.
And they're the bottom of everything when it comes like lowest highest illiteracy rate, lowest.
Would it be like Maryland?
No.
Montana.
Maybe
Missouri,
Montana.
Maybe Missouri.
So basically, like, everyone in the thread agreed it was just one state.
Okay, so like Missouri or Mississippi, the states in the dirty South.
Yeah,
That sounds more believable.
the dirties.
I call it the dirty South. I might visit it one day and say, "Hey, it's not as dirty as I thought it would be."
So there's a great many diverse amount of people that live in this area, but you know what? It's all the dirty South.
It's all the dirty South. I mean, there's a fucking article of like tons of like fecal matter inside like trains.
Oh, so you're talking
in like Missouri or something. And it's like, oh, you really got the name Dirty South because that's dirty.
Yeah, so you're talking in an actual sense that it's dirty in a waste kind of way.
I mean, I've heard people call
garbage
like
people.
I've heard people call Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana. They call it the Dirty South.
Yeah,
I've heard people say that, so I was like, that's.
I try not to make that presumption, but
or
it
do you
still
want me to
happens.
just say the South?
Well, no. I'm not giving you shit because I wholeheartedly make that assumption in my mind as well. I just don't vocalize it.
Yeah, it's like
When
every other state, I will believe in you, except for those like 3 or 4 in the Dirty South. You're just there.
I know, and I know it sounds immensely ignorant and all that, but I mean, it's an ingrained prejudice against the
people
South.
that live in like Missouri or Arkansas or Alabama,
knocking
Mississippi.
it over. Goddamn.
But you got a great football team though. You got a great good college football team.
You got something good going for you.
You got a good football team that's gonna make it to the national championship. You gonna be heading to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl for the national championship match?
That's fucking crazy. Have you ever visited a town that shuts down when there's a high school game?
I have not, because I don't live in the Dirty South.
That extends to more than just the Dirty South. That's parts of Texas and
I've never been to those parts of like the U.S. though, because like I've never seen a
We
town
should
that's
go.
like I've never seen a town that's like everything's closed due to the game. We will open if they win.
like
We will stay closed if they lose. You know,
We should
like
do
kind
that.
of stuff.
like we should make like a legit travel like doc of our experience. We should just go to the South.
Fuck that.
Just just go. Not only the South, but just like through. Let's go to different places. Let's road trip to different places in the fucking U.S.
Okay, if you said the U.S., that's more believable, and I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
But if you're like, if you should.
The South is part of that.
Yeah, but then if you just said the South, and I'm like, no.
Okay, but the U.S. then. I won't. Not just the South.
There you go.
Not just the South. Let's what the hell else are we doing with our fucking lives right now, dude?
Waiting to die.
Exactly.
Paying our
We should get
taxes.
at least one crazy trip in the way. Like maybe fuck going across the U.S. right now. Maybe let's go to fucking like Thailand or some shit.
Oh God.
Just fly over there for a little bit and have a fucking travel doc of us in Thailand or some shit, where our money will last for a while.
For months.
Like not be there for months, but literally like just somewhere that it's cheap to go to.
You gotta like look at some like good fare, like good airline fare.
You can get good
prices,
fare
too.
as long as you book in advance, months in advance.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll think about it for that, because I need to focus on saving money first before I even like make a decision.
And and I'm currently not even employed, so I mean I need to have a source of income.
I mean, unless we like win the lottery.
That would be great. You hear that, fucking gods of gambling and just luck? Let us win the lottery so we can stop being fucking deadbeats.
And make something of ourselves.
Well, we'll already have the money, so we can literally just do whatever the fuck we want. But I mean, it'd be better than just me right now doing absolutely goddamn nothing, telling myself I'm gonna do shit and then fucking not doing it because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And this dude parking other people's cars.
Yeah. Yeah, I love parking other people's cars. I love indulging myself in other people's filth in their cars. It's great.
Yeah, it's probably like, oh, your wife just gave birth in the back of the seat. That's nice.
No, I'm not kidding. That actually fucking happened.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you
like
that?
This smell. Like, you never told me that, but I assume.
Oh yeah, like some firefighter came up to me and said, "Hey, that car over there in the drop-off area, they want their car to get parked." I'm like, "All right, cool. Do you have the key for it?" Yeah, here it is. It's like, "Oh, by the way, the wife in the passenger seat just gave birth, so there's like some juices left." And I'm like, first off, why the fuck did you say juices?
Exactly. I was saying,
I don't need to know it. I don't need to know that.
You know why? That dude just got done jerking off at the side of the car. Like, juices.
On the job.
On the job. Hey, he's a firefighter. He's very stressed. Yeah, he needs relief somehow.
I was like, God damn it, I don't need this shit.
I don't need this.
And there was another time where like a guy came up and then he's like, my kid just puked, but he puked in some Tupperware. Is that okay? And I'm like, I guess.
Why didn't you take the Tupperware with you?
Yeah, and like the Tupperware had no lid, and he just left the Tupperware in the passenger. So I'm like, what?
Dude,
why would you take the fucking Tupperware and like toss it?
Dude,
don't do that.
Let's just go somewhere. Let's fucking do something, because I swear to God, I'm hitting my midlife crisis, and I'm not even fucking middle-aged yet.
You hit your quarter life crisis.
Like, no, it's literally, I'm fucking about to turn 20 goddamn 8. I'm almost fucking 30. You know, that's young for a lot of people, but for me, I'm almost goddamn 30, and I've done shit in my 20s. Mm-hmm. Like, 20s is supposed to where everything crazy in your life happens. It's supposed to be in the 20s. I'm almost fucking 30, and I haven't done jack shit. I need to have something to that I can remember at some point.
Just prep up for Dirty 30. Just go all out in Vegas. Prep your Dirty 30.
Like, I want to go fucking, like, escape from some thugs in some South Asian, like fucking ghetto. Like, I just fucking...
Oh, fuck that. I would not put myself in that.
I want to box a fucking kangaroo in the fucking outback. I want to fucking...
Oh, my God.
I want to wrestle a fucking alligator.
Wrestle an alligator in the deep south.
Just go to Florida. That's what people do all the time. They have to wrestle a fucking alligator just to get to their cars in the morning.
Yeah, let me retire in Florida.
Fuck that, dude. I never want to live in Florida. I'm sorry.
I have some people that live in Florida. They say it's okay.
I've only heard bad things from Florida. I've only heard horror stories from the type of people that live there. You know, trying not to stereotype. There's probably plenty of... The cool people probably and normal people probably outweigh the whack jobs by a good margin, but... Still, I've only ever heard bad things about living
in Florida.
Florida.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Same thing goes for people living in LA. But, you know, they're probably right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the stories that happen about people here in Los Angeles are just that we're inconsiderate assholes. Mm-hmm. Like, it's within the realm of belief, where the stories I hear of Florida are just like some depraved bottoms of the white trash barrel type bullshit. Mm-hmm. And that's like it just beggars belief. And that's why so yeah, there's a ton of bad shit about Los Angeles. And
yeah, they're like you see a bunch of rallies and then you see there are white supremacists there. It's like, oh, LA's full of racists, but then you're like, if you're an Angelino, you're like, oh yeah, that's the end of the empire. You never fuck around over there.
I wouldn't. Yeah, but
that's Riverside.
You
don't want to fuck around there.
I would probably say there's a lot more progressives in California than there are white supremacists.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
But they usually like to hide in the Mojave Desert.
The progressives in the Mojave? No, they aren't. The progressives are here on the beach.
The racists.
The racists.
They like to chill in the Mojave Desert or the Inland Empire, somewhere far away,
where normal people don't live. You know, when you go out there, you're like, okay. This is because California's got rednecks, but
Yeah.
we've also got snowflakes. So I mean, we've got both.
We got them all.
We've got them all. Because I always hear us getting the bad rap for having from all the other non-coastal regions talking about how we're just filled with libtards and shit like that. Them snowflake libtards, like fucking shit like that. But then I guess the progressives are also like, oh, but they're full of white supremacists. Like, fuck, can't we get a break? Are we filled with one or the other?
But I like that insurance company. Progressive.
I go with Geico.
Did you know Geico actually did a commercial about the Oregon Trail?
What?
Yeah, I just randomly saw it on when I was like scrolling around
like
Instagram.
Just the.
It was the Geico gecko on top of the wagon.
Oh, okay.
It's like talking about fording the river. He's like, ford a river? Why would you do that? They're like, you could do that, but we have insurance or some shit like that. And then like they get to the town, it's like, I'm exhausted, but I just got here. I'm like,
they should have made a comment about
cool.
dysentery.
Oh my god.
So it just goes in with the fucking video game.
I think they actually have like a portable version of the Oregon Trail that they're selling at Target that you can actually play.
I think you can just download.
You could do that, but like at Target they're actually selling like
a little Oregon Trail.
Yeah, like Oregon Trail
handheld.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, now you can die of dysentery on the
go. Hooray! Hooray! My bowels are leaking fluids, and it's a-okay.
And it is not feeling too good. Oh shit!
I'm probably gonna die. Someone get the doctor, who just happens to be the guy who hooves our horses. He's the closest thing we've got to it.
I got some magic medical goods.
Hey, you're gonna drink this unmarked flask that I got from this guy in a top hat in the last town. You're gonna be fine. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna be over here hoofing horses.
Oh, it just made his dysentery worse.
Oh, God. Oh, what was in that?
Poison. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Where'd he go? Oh,
Wrong top hat. No, he's dead.
Well, he is gone.
Put him next to the other 5 tombstones that we passed 5 minutes ago that said died of dysentery.
You know what? Time to ford the river.
with names like Shitbag and Ballsack and Tim.
As in Timberlands for short.
The original founder of the fucking outdoor brand. He died of dysentery on the. Everyone.
You can still see his grave.
Imagine if everyone who was on the actual Oregon Trail back in that time had names like the names you would give your party members in the video game. Oh, and everyone was just named fucking stupid, absurd shit.
Here lies Ding Dong.
Ding Dong.
Not affiliating.
The witch is dead.
Oh my god, speaking of which, I recently watched... It's probably going to be the last thing I talk about, but like there's a video that I saw on YouTube yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's a new subreddit called Pointless Arguments. And it is the funniest shit I have ever seen.
Well, you got to give me an example. Like, what?
Okay, for one, they were talking about the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like how the Wicked Witch of the East isn't a witch. And then the guy's like, hold on, wait, hold on. I'll just show you the fucking video.
The thing is, I think the king of that subreddit forever should be stickied at the top is that fucking dress. You remember that dress?
Oh, yeah.
Where some people saw one color and some people saw another?
Yeah.
I remember fucking Charlene got so angry with me.
She wore a crown and came down from above her, dog. Grow up, bro. Grow up.
Oh my god, I didn't realize it was videos. I thought it was someone just made like a prompt and then the comments argued about it.
No, it was a video, and it was the funniest shit I saw that last night.
I've had those arguments with people that are completely pointless. That's because nerd arguments.
It's super funny though.
Nerd arguments are great. They always get heated when you have a nerd argument with someone. Like I was arguing with. Back when I worked at the fucking game shop. We had some of the Warhammer guys were there, and we had an argument about whether or not Valerian steel from Game of Thrones was magical or not.
Oh.
I was on the side that it wasn't.
Uh-huh.
And then it was me and another person on the side that it wasn't. Mm-hmm. And then a different guy who had the same name as the guy who was on my side, who said it was. Mm-hmm. And their argument was that it killed like the White Walkers and stuff. Like it was like and our argument was, well, like if you're talking about mythology, like iron is poisonous to a lot of mythical creatures, and iron's not magical. It just happens to be a metal they're poisonous to, and shit like that. So our argument was that it just happened to be something that they were weak against through some process or another, but it wasn't magic. Well, I'm not gonna start fucking talking about it now, because now I'm gonna get heated and start like fucking arguing that Valerian steel's not magical.
Okay, but we're gonna end it on this note. Okay. A roll of paper towels. You know the thing in the middle?
Yeah.
Is it 1 hole or 2 holes?
That fucked my mind. Wait.
And on that note, it is time to end today's podcast. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
It's 1, right?
Bye.